Okay. Hello. Hello. Started the stream a little early today. Anyways, welcome. Just give me a bit to like compose myself. Okay, hold up. Welcome, y'alls. Welcome. It's a little hot today, and apparently we're gonna get what, like a super typhoon incoming. Maybe next week or in a few days. Which is weird because right now it's like what, it's 30 degrees, 40. It's a little hot, basically. Apparently there's an incoming super typhoon, so I might not be able to stream or do anything. Great. Anyways, welcome. Make yourselves comfortable. Just be chilling and hanging out. I hold up, my table is. Oh yeah, today we'll just be drawing Venom again. I mean, yeah, I am trying to animate him, but since I just want to lay back, chill, because I am in terrible pain. I'm getting cramps right now. So I want to take it a little bit easy today. And what's more, and it's a good thing that Venom's design is actually pretty simple enough for me to deal with. Hold up, let me get my notebook. I did plan out a rough sketch for him. So let me just take a couple moments. Okay. Hey, where can I possibly send you my art and get feedback from you? I don't do critics or critiques, stuff like that. I don't do that stuff, that type of stuff. Although I do that, or used to do that, back in my class 101 uh illustration course that I got there. That's where I guess where I can provide feedback for drawings. But right now, nope, I'm not doing critiques or doing any feedback for drawings. Unfortunately. Hold up, let me just rub some ointment on my body. Also, there's like other artists that are like doing it online. I think it was a channel on YouTube that are like providing feedback for students and stuff like that. Or other artists that are providing that. Unfortunately, me, I just don't have the time to, unfortunately. And I don't think it's my thing either. Do you know the name of the channel? Hold up. I am subscribed to it, so let me just see. I'm subscribed to way too many people. Her name is Jackie. Here, let me copy paste. I think BAM Animation used to do that too, but I haven't seen them in a while. Or I haven't seen make any new videos. Okay, let's start simple. Let's start with the pose first. What are we drawing today? Just drawing Venom. I'm gonna do like 2 shots of him, one full body shot and one half body shot. I already have a pose in mind for him, although it's very rough. And I'll try to get this done quickly. Because I don't feel too good, unfortunately. But I didn't want to cancel the stream today. I already scheduled it, so. Let me check out their channel and I'll be back. Catch you later. Later, dude. Let me just sketch this for a bit. This isn't looking. Let me redo that. Doesn't Sam does art? What was that his name? Also does that type of content? And let's see here. I think forgot his name. What the hell? So terrible name. Ethan Becker. There we go. Are you self-taught or you went to art school? I'm self-taught. There's no art school in my town. They don't exist there. So I couldn't even get to art school. Cause there's none. And I doubt that there's any good art schools here or offer courses that you're looking for. Because it is a very niche market, or at least from here, or a very underappreciated one also. Being a self-taught artist, it's really hard to grasp the foundation. Once you start to understand, there's no stopping. It's pretty much like, what do you call that? Oh, like an avalanche. Start small, but once you keep going, you can keep going. Once you basically got the principles down, finally mastered it or something like that, like you understand how shapes, dimension works, all that stuff. Once you get the logic of it, once you get the gist of it, it's gonna be smooth sailing from there, from now on. It's just a matter of like, should you be keep going or not, or would you continue to invest your time to it? I got the basics right, but the anatomy and the color theory, it's a headache. Yeah, it's a bit, I guess it was a little bit bearable for me at least because, at least the science part of it is a little bit interesting, or I have a tad bit of interest to it. That's why anatomy is a little bit bearable for me. But if you don't like, or if you're having a hard time to grasp on like how, or how does the nature of how muscles work, like when it's like tighten up, how does it work, how is it all wrapped up, and it's a little bit harder to grasp because it's all organic, right? When it comes to dimensions, it's much more easier if it's like geometric, like it's all sharp corners and the sides are much more distinctive. But if you're trying to deal with organic objects or lines or whatever, you really can't grasp which sides are which because it's harder and it's much more rounded. So if you're struggling a little bit on the 3D, on how to perceive it in 3D, it's gonna be hard. You're gonna take a little bit more time for it. But it's just a matter of like, just let it simmer, let it cook, just give it a little bit more time and you'll eventually get there. And besides, not everyone learns at the same phase anyways. Color in color theory though, or in coloring, it's a little tricky because yeah, you need to learn color theory and at the same time, color can be, or lighting lighting or values can be a factor to colors. So it's like you're trying to learn three things at once or even more. That's why coloring is a little bit tricky. And not to mention the materials that you're trying to work with. Like for example, if you don't have like the right equipment to it, your coloring is gonna be a nightmare. Cause the stars have to align if you want to really get into the coloring, or want the coloring to be perfect. When did you start taking art seriously? Like in what age? I started back in 21, but I already started to see significant improvements already, like 2021. Well, I started very young, but it when I started to take it a little bit more seriously, I think it was around high school. You know, when I actually tried to learn the principles and fundamentals and all that stuff, like improving anatomy, improving perspective, maybe around 14. And it was like around the time where, or when I discovered Kim Jong Yi. That's why I was like hyped out or motivated to improve my anatomy and perspective. Because I found these art really, really cool, and I just wanted to be like that. And I guess that counts as taking it seriously, I guess. But I actually kind of stopped, or what do you call it? It stopped being my main focus. Hold up, let me just plug in my computer. Okay. Uh, I stopped focusing on it around when I was like senior high because or close to senior high. I was like fourth fourth grade or grade 10 and then 11, 12. Because I was a little bit satisfied already on like my skills at that time. Like, hey, we figured out how perspective and anatomy works, so I didn't so it stopped being my main focus around that time. I focused on studies instead. Although it's not like I stopped drawing. It's more like it stopped being my main focus. It's yeah, I still draw here and there. I still doodle around class. But is it like something I'm focusing on like improving continuously or making a leap or making a big jump to like try out maybe a new style or something or maybe uh learn a new form of art? It wasn't that. But instead it was more like still keeping the muscle memory of it basically, but wasn't the main focus anymore. I really admired him. He was a legend. Will be remembered forever. That's true. He was one of the most influential artists, or at least in the modern day. Also, when did you start getting comms? Like, did they contact you or reach out to them? I dream of working in a big studio like Disney as a character designer. For commissions? Man, when was it? It was definitely around COVID time. Somewhere around 2020, I think. It was around the time I'm finally like a little comfortable and I was like maybe had the maybe finally had an audience on like where people are interested in getting an artwork from me. And also start small when it comes to commissions or making or taking commissions. I posted like, hey, my commissions are open and posted my information for it. Like my terms and conditions, all that stuff. And that's pretty much it. But you getting contact also is also a possible thing. It's really just a matter of putting your artworks out there for you to be discovered. The more easier you are to get discovered, the more opportunities for you to, or there to be open, more doors will open, basically. I guess I shouldn't talk too much about anatomy when I'm like butchering this anatomy. Have any big studios contacted you? Nope. Actually, I don't think I can say this. So, I can neither deny nor confirm. Because I don't think I'm allowed to. Although I think I can say that they did contacted me, but let's just say I wasn't accepted. But then again, I was kind of expecting it. Okay, it's annoying. I should stop asking questions. Nah, it's alright. It's just, it's a little bit, what do you call it? It's kind of like walking in like in the landmine or in the minefield, because typically industries don't like it when you're talking too much of what's going on behind the scenes, and that's why us we gotta be a little careful on like what information to share and all that stuff, or get to know what can we share and what not to share. Let's see here. Kinda don't like how this is going, so let me check if I it still continue. Nope. Guess I should change it. Uh, there we go. Copy paste. In case I want to go back, because I'll be erasing this, changing. I'll be changing the view basically. Gonna make the torso lean more to the front. And his head a little bit more front. Like so. Oh yeah, I think it's been a while since I made a fan art. Actually, not. I mean, it's been forever. That's for sure. Hey, you're very welcome. This pose isn't really that good on showing off his symbol or torso, so I'm gonna make another shot, basically a half body shot, of showing his torso a little bit more. I was actually thinking of making his body or the art style a little bit more cartoony with this guy. Because I don't know, drawing Venom in a much more cartoony way feels kind of feels on point, honestly. Well, might as well steal the pose. I don't recommend this pose if you hate drawing hands. I usually use poses that like shows off the hands. 'Cause I don't know. I like it. Man, hands are like so weird. Sometimes they're like a walking nightmare, but sometimes they're like once you mastered it, once you like get comfortable with it, you could just keep fucking drawing hands and that'll be your like that'll be your money shot. That's good enough as your money shot. And the thing is, it's not enjoyable all the time. Some certain poses of the hands, some certain angles of the hands are a little bit difficult to draw, and sometimes it's just straight up ugly looking. Is where it gets frustrating because there are a lot of moving joints in, you know, the hands. That's why it's also a little bit difficult for to get a good grasp of it. Because you're basically it's the same mechanism, but at the same time, the four of them are the same mechanism, but they have varying lengths, and the thumb has a different or has its own mechanism. It still kind of has the same principle, but it's wrapping around. Unlike this guy's, where it's more linear when they wrap around. And not to mention, you're drawing flesh. So, drawing flesh is kind of like drawing clothing folds. Or if you're leaning more to the realistic side, at least. Oh yeah, that's another thing about an anime too, right? You basically need to learn how the body moves, basically, or their rotation, stuff like that. Because if you want to deal with poses, you gotta be familiar with how the body moves or how the body would look like in a certain way. So yeah, it's just a whole can of worms. But a part of me is like, uh, if you're dealing with anatomy, focus on the anatomy first. The perspective can come later. Just focus on the anatomy first. Just get yourself familiar with like the muscle groups first. And if you want to like take the next step, like posing, gestures and all that, that's where you start to uh dabble a little bit on the perspective. But there is a way to break down anatomy for to make it a little bit more manageable. And I think it's, I guess, one of the big skills that you need to learn as a beginner, because it's basically the skill that would benefit you for the long run. Oh. Actually had no clue what his feet design is, so I'm just gonna give him claws or something. My line work is terrible, but it's fine. We're just chilling anyways. And I also forgot about that too. When learning about drawing, not only you need to learn what the subject of you want to draw, but you also need to learn how to draw, or what way you're gonna draw it. Basically on how you sketch. And don't do this chicken scratchy kind of line. Stop doing that. Because one, not only is that it's just a waste of time. Like you're wasting energy and you're much more prone to having like what, carpal tunnel. The sketchy look, yeah, that's different though. That's like multiple long big strokes. But if you're like doing this, going back and forth, hairy ass lines, don't do that. But everyone goes with it. I think every artist experienced it though, or has done that to can an event for every artist. But it's a good thing I was able to get it out of my system way sooner, because I'm just like, this is a waste. It's taking a long time. Should I place this here, or should I place that? I'll place here, I guess. Now for this other hand, oh boy. I guess this kind of counts like as a running pose. Oh yeah, but I'm a bit shocked that you didn't make the secret come in the crouching pose. Relationship ended with crouching poses. Standing poses are my new thing. But yeah, I think I've been doing more standing poses much more often because I'm just like, let's just make the canvas bigger. You know what? I don't care anymore. Because I have a habit of like just sticking with this square, small ass canvas to draw it. Actually, that also took me a long time to figure out a pose for that one. I was, I, I remember looking at the time also. I'm like, oh, we're spending a little bit too much time for this pose. Because I didn't know what to do with the legs. And I couldn't do it on. I didn't want to do a crouching pose because the silhouette of the character doesn't look good on it, or at least to my eyes, it doesn't look good. So that's why I stick with a different kind of pose instead, or stick with the standing one. Who knows? Maybe I'll get back into the crouching poses. All knees bent and all my characters squatting. Will it make a comeback? Because recently I'm just like, I don't care about the pose anymore, man. Let's just make a standing pose. Like, fuck it, I just want to sleep. But yeah. Let me see here. I think the hands are, or this hand is a little bit too big. Oh yeah, there's also this tendency of like, once you learn all the rules, principles, fundamentals, whatever in drawing, and you're basically at like the later stages of art where you just go on and explore what's your niche, what's your art style, like, what kind of genre you want to get into. That's where the phrase that once you learn the rules, that's where you break it. I don't know, something goes like that. That isn't like the start of when you're gonna break the rules. Because you're basically favoring style. Or unless you're favoring the rules, then that's a different thing. But some say you're breaking the rules are part of it. Okay, pose number 1 is done. Time for the other. Okay, I should make it smaller. Picking up the whole canvas. Make our brush smaller also. I just learned a rather depressing fact that 5% of mangakas actually managed to get a successful serialization, while it's higher than American comic book artists. It kinda sucks to learn that so many artists that work hard on their crafts only for your work to not catch on with the audiences. But then again, I do know that so many mangas get canceled. It is, yeah, it's basically a competitive industry. It's already niche, but at the same time, it's still competitive somewhat. And that's why a lot of mangakas that I've been seeing just doesn't even care about like for the sake of art anymore. They're just doing it for the sake of the trend or what the audience and they could uh grab some cash too. Okay, let me just copy it because I don't want to redraw in case I make a mistake. Yeah, and then I remembered seeing a video about a manga college school with so many of the students making great art. It's going to suck that 5% of them is going to succeed. Oh, I meant 5% of the new artists per year. I think they're kind of aware of this though. Like they know they're not gonna be an easy road. And sometimes, sometimes we're not trying to like reach for the top. Some of them are just like want have a few audiences or maybe even have like or even just a few people of them appreciating them. And again, that's like what's your definition of success? Because people are gonna put up this, you know, they like always favoring profit as the only way of defining of success. But in reality, is that what the author or what the artists are intending for? I mean, yeah, it's not a bad thing. Because at the end of the day, that's just that's like any other job. But the thing is, when we have like our own definition of what success is for us. Oh, getting into to the manga industry is your success? And there you go. It's kind of like making little steps, basically. Instead of like trying to put somebody's standard who's already been long in the game to pressuring that to yourself, which is not even realistic. Nor what you call this logical or sensible. Like others are just like their definition of success is just getting the deadline. Getting through the deadline isn't good enough for them. I guess it's just getting readers to enjoy my series and having an active community to talk about the story. Yeah, it's that kind of things. Others just, they don't want to be the next, I don't know, fucking One Piece. Others just want to have like a little community of theirs who come and hang out or see a few people or a handful of people just enjoying their thing. Or perhaps like have a few people that uh notice them for their art or crafts. Because I think that's what a lot of people think. Not even the fucking mangakas are the one like, oh my god, you should be the next One Piece or the next whatever. Like, if I have to imagine that, like, put yourself in their place. I don't know, man. It doesn't even sound good when there's people or you garnered a few people that would talk shit or end up being like the case on what happened to Boku no Hero. Yeah, you get the intention, but you also get this bad apples, basically. Diminishing returns. Okay, here's the deal, bro. Manga's gonna be lit. Gonna be famous all across the world. The problem? You're gonna face death threats on Twitter. That's your cost. And yeah, it's sad to see that that there are actual people like this. Like, oh my god. Thought 4chan was a myth. And probably the reason why I like kind of small niche type of community or fandom, because most of the time people there are just chill and actually enjoying the thing that we all enjoy. Because we're just pretty much vibing, basically. But when you get to see the ones that are like maybe at the top of the charts or maybe mainstream, you just get to see people fucking out for each other for some reason. Like, are we even watching the same thing? What? Why? How did it come to this? I think it's just I'm scared putting so much time and effort into something only for it to be turn out to be a failure or a flop. I mean, not just for the audience, just not being satisfied with the final work. I don't like a perfectionist, huh? I get that, but a part of me is like, that's kind of natural though. Everybody has a, you know, has their own, I don't like bottom. What do you call this? Lowest point. And those sort of things are just pretty natural, or at least for me. And I also get the fear of putting something out there because it might be, you know, embarrassing, maybe a failure, and all that kind of stuff. And at this point, I think you just need to grow a certain tolerance to it. Yeah, it will always hurt. Definitely. But I think that's a thing that you can make or grow a tolerance out of. Because yeah, at the end of the day, it's just like, or at least for me, or the way I view it, it's just like any other day job. What comes and goes. And I guess a part of the reason why other people, or I guess I'm one of those people who would rather always just view it as a hobby or not take it too seriously. Yeah, we're still taking it, you know, some taking it somewhat seriously. Like, yeah, yeah, no, we're a little committed, but not too serious, not super emotional to it, or not super attached to it. That type of thing. Oh, hold up, let me just fix this. Because if we define that as our only thing, like, oh my god, if this fails, everything is over for me. Like everything is gone. Everything is like there's no plan B or something. I don't I don't like that. I would rather have like many other plans rather than sticking or overly committing to just one thing and not having a certain safety net to lean back into. You just gotta always reassure yourself like what if this doesn't work out? Because if you're trying to make something work, you need to also prepare yourself for like the worst or the scenario when it doesn't work out. If you're picturing something oh what if this works out? You gotta be also prepared for the worst case scenario or when or the instance when it doesn't work out. It's kind of like preparing yourself for a yes or no answer kind of thing. And you gotta prepare yourself some self assurance to yourself like, okay, if this doesn't work out, maybe let's try this. Or, hey, maybe let's try out this one. Or maybe if this doesn't work out, maybe let's try to uh, take a break, maybe check some other stuff out, explore that type of stuff. It's all in the matter of just bracing yourself, really. And I guess you just accept it of like if it fails, it's gonna hurt and it's okay. It doesn't have to always be like that, basically. To or use that some sort of like self assurance to yourself. There are so many tangents. Oh my god. Okay, let me just fix this. And of course, it's one of those things like easier said than done, right? Holy crap! It's a little hot. Just get my fan. Yeah, it's just something I need to tolerate more in the feel of fear of failure. Yeah, it's just a thing that you just need to brace yourself to. Or maybe, I don't know, it's just that I'm also just that type of person of like, oh well, that happens. I mean, yeah, sometimes I cry and bitch and moan about it. But as time passes on, and when I try to look back at it, I'm just like, why was I like this? But sometimes you just gotta let it out sometimes. It just do be like that. Let yourself take the time. Just let it be. Let it simmer. And you know, as cheesy as this gets and how as cliche as this gets, people are gonna be like, oh, it's a learning moment, like your failures, all that stuff. But it is though. Like once you get to learn why and how it flopped, like okay, maybe they don't like this, and what can I improve? Because once you know your weaknesses, once you get to learn or once you get to experience it, you'll be prepared for the next one, basically, or at least have some sort of degree of preparedness at least for it, and it'll get easier. I guess this is why I also like view or keep art as like somewhat personal. Like I'm not trying to use it as a means to like competitions, shit like that. Like I'm not trying to compete. I'm not trying to, what do you call this? Not overly ambitious, something like that. Or not trying to become the best or whatever. It's more like I like this, I'll stick to doing this. Because if it's a hobby, your failures are more like mistakes. And you basically have no one else to blame for it, kinda. But if you're like adding maybe audience in the picture, that's where it gets a little bit pressuring. And at the same time, there's a lot more factors involved. Basically, Like, do they like this? Do they like that? That's the stuff that you need to consider. But if you're just on your own world, all you need to consider is yourself and what you're making. And yeah, that's why we kind of, or I guess I want to, or originally wanted to keep, keep doing art, or art. When I do art back then, it's like some sort of hobby. Cause you're pretty much you and your art only, kind of thing. Nobody else in the picture. Because once there, if there's other, or if you're in the industry, you need to consider, oh, would the executives or would the director like this? Oh, would the audience would like this? Will this work with the story and all that stuff? You basically have a lot more responsibility, kind of, or more pressure, definitely. I guess I won't be drawing a symbol. I'll just color it instead. Yeah, that does remind me of the story of the author of Spy X Family. He had so many failed mangas before making Spy X Family, and I think he's so bitter that his first manga, which is a bit personal to him, failed. I think that's a thing that you need to be prepared also when getting into the industry. Do not have personal attachments to your art. Your art is dedicated to the market, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, yeah, there are some artworks, in, like, for example, some movies that are personal to others, and they're glad that it's or reassuring for them that it will be a commercial success, or some of them are. But once you're in this industry, I guess you need to develop, yeah, an intolerance and some sort of this desensitization, whatever. Desensitize yourself from the artworks that you're doing. Nutrient. What? Oh, My ad played. Oof. Like I wasn't able to cancel it. It plays automatically. I still haven't figured out how to just make it manually do it. I don't like stifling through the settings. It's such a boomer trait of mine. I'm like, what, in my 20s? But yeah, it's unfortunate that you have to don't take it too personally, because once you get too personal to it, with the nature of how the industry is going, like, executives can literally just snatch it away from you. You gotta have to develop this sort of thing that it's not yours, unfortunately. Or something, it's something that could be taken away from you. Oh, hold up. This does make me realize how lucky the mangaka of One Piece is. It is his first manga and it's very personal to him, with him adding his life experiences in it. Oh yeah, I think I should also emphasize that luck, as much as we love to deny that luck is the defining factor of mostly everything, and we're huffing and puffing copium that hard work makes it work. It doesn't. It's still luck. Yeah, hard work can make a difference, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, luck is still the huge. It's a huge, huge, huge player asset to have, and will always will be. I'm more on the side that while you need to work hard, you also need to work smarter. Nah, it's still luck. Cause let's be for real. There's like dumb fucks that are like in lucky ass spots or in a much more better place than any of us. And yeah, it's just the thing. It's just as true. Okay, that's enough for this. Let's just add in the details. skills that I want to add. No, my parents, especially my dad, used every options available in their workplace and smartly convinced their bosses at the right timing for higher paying jobs. That is also it could also be influenced by luck, dude. Again, as much as we love to deny that luck, oh, it's not luck, bro. It's hard work. It's by working smart. Nah, at the same time, you got the chance. You got that chance. You got the opportunity because of luck. Because there are also many other ways that luck can fuck you up. It's not everything, that's for sure, but it's making a huge difference. It just makes a huge difference. And it's not like I'm denying, oh, it's not about hard work. If you're not lucky, you're not gonna be. It's nothing like that. It's not denying it. It's just all of these factors coming around. Like if you work hard or smartly, it could also bring up your luck or your chances for opportunities. It's that type of thing. It's like influencing each other, basically. Or those factors making an influence of each other, basically. It's more like that. Like for example, if I didn't, you know, if I didn't bring the effort to like uh to hash out my skills in drawing, would I get the same opportunity that I am getting right now? Definitely not. But if I did, then I'd get more opportunities. More opportunities, more chances, basically. And that's the reason why other people are, yeah, pretty much recommend to get yourself or put yourself out there. Because you're just basically making your chances higher to getting discovered. Basically doing a dumb quest in the game to get a higher roll in gotcha game. And I guess you can call it like that. It's kind of like min-maxing. Guess so. It's kind of like it. I know Venom is supposed to be buff and shit, but I cannot. It's supposed to be more bulky than this. He kind of looks skinny on this show, but I don't care anymore. Because if I have to draw a big ass dude, I need a bigger canvas, and their proportions. I don't know. I get a little iffy about their proportions. I'm like, but this doesn't look natural. I mean, no shit, it's about supposed to be cartoony, but I want to make it look detailed. It's like this self-conflict within me, man. Well, it looks like Carnage. Yeah, because he looks skinny. He looks skinny in this shot. Okay, that's enough of me doing whatever in that line art, so let's just proceed to coloring. Because if I keep going and going and going on the line art, it'll take me hours. And it's already like what? Almost an hour and a half. So let's get into coloring. Carnage always did look like a nightmare to color. I think he has so many designs in the comic though. Or have I only seen one? I mean, he is a big pain in the ass to draw. Though he will be a pain in the ass to color. I am glad that they do have a simple color palette. Like, for example, Venom is like, what, black, white, maybe some blue. He did look really blue back then. But now he's just like tar looking. They do have a simple color palette, although the coloring process is a bit of a nightmare. That I can't lie, that I can't deny. Okay, let's try to see our way out of this. I'm not even gonna put that much thought to this. What the heck? Why don't... Okay, that doesn't want to be filled out for some reason. I think, strangely enough, Carnage has the most consistent design out of all Spider-Man villains, because there was this one time that Venom had a weird redesign to his eyes that makes it made sort of look like Spawn. I mean, I guess it is the same artist, so... And Carnage design is really... I don't want to call it simple, but kind of... Like, his recognizable points is, like, what? His red? They're red and they have this squiggly things coming out. And that's the thing, that's the only thing I can think of. Of what is recognizable. With Venom, I don't know, his symbol and his buff, that's it. And his eyes are just so much more edgier versions of what? Spider-Man? Oh, this is in the 90s after Spawn creator of Marvel. 90s Marvel was so weird with the redesigns of their character. Well, it's the 90s, so. I'm not surprised. I mean, let's be for real here. Venom was like, what, blue? He was really blue back then. And then suddenly, I don't know, Marvel went like, get this goofy ass bright colors away from me. Have you seen the redesign of 90s Thor? I did not. Is this the one with the helmet or... Oh, no, it's not the one with the helmet. I think I found it. Is it the one where he has long hair and is wearing a crop top? That's actually... Honestly, dudes in crop top is like... It's actually lit. I'll give him a pass. But he looks like he's wearing an X-Men's... Is that a mask or is that a headband? I don't even know. They were really wilding. God damn. Then again, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's the 90s, man. The 90s were wild. They went ham with the hair though. Not gonna lie. The forgotten ones, forgotten variants. Or is it the type of shit that they want us to forget? And then there's this weird redesign of Fantastic Four, especially Susan Storm, aka Invisible. What happened? Fantastic Four. Honestly, the OG movie of Fantastic Four, I actually liked it. The new ones, I don't even know. I haven't even watched it. I don't think it's showing up. Yeah, I don't see it. All of them are all different. But yeah, I just blame this franchise for my thing with the number 4. I'm like, and I also like number 4 in Kids Next Door. I don't know, man, they're just so cool. You found it? I didn't. All I'm seeing is a bunch of clip arts for some reason. Or the weird ones. Oh, I think I'm getting a little hungry. Why am I getting hungry? I just ate lunch. Well, I didn't eat that much in lunch. Yes. Why was it so hard to find? Okay, hold up. They have guns and shoulder pads. What is that guy? Did they went? It kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball with the shoulder fans. It does. What the heck? They were trying to be manga or something. Okay, the lines are arbitrary. I'm gonna clean that up. It's the 80s and 90s. For some reason, everyone at the time was obsessed with shoulder pads. I guess. Even that suits, it was like, the shoulders were a little crazy back then. I guess it was a trend. Digitally Jen, welcome. I think Fist of the North Star started the trend of shoulder pants. Man, old anime just hits different. I don't know. Or maybe I just have a thing for it. I do have two favorite anime of all time that are really old. Or maybe it's because of the kind of VHS feel to it, which is weird because I never had a VHS. But I like the, I don't know, I just like the old feel to it for some reason. Just feels more natural. There's an outdated user tag, but I'm the guy behind the Bound Comic page on IG and Facebook. Hey! Oh, hold up. My lines. Yeah, this is why you don't skip line art. Line art I did was dead ass a sketch. That's why the lines are hairy. And I also just cheese. Big fan of your art style and animation stuff, thank you! Okay, hold up. I'm kinda getting a little hungry. I just ate lunch, why? Oh, I should erase this. Man, it's hot. I'm also hungry. I'm getting cramps. I'm in pain. What a lovely day. What a great day. What a God. What tab are you using? I'm using XP Pen Deco Pro Gen 2. I think this is the smallest size, but to me it's more like a medium. I used to use the XP Pen, their first Deco Pro, but since they got a new one, I'm using this one. Okay, let me take a break. I'm gonna go head to the bathroom and maybe find some snacks. So, BRB, just hold up. I'm back. I got no snacks. I'll just eat later, I guess. Dang it. I've ordered a XP Pen FHD display tablet hasn't arrived yet now. Hey, nice. I'm not into display tablets, unfortunately. Although they are not getting really, really nice recently. Hey, Raiders are welcome. Venom is fun. Feel ye. Hold up. Feel some area lines here and there. Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. Great. It's fine though. As I wasn't able to do anything major. Is this for a bigger project or just for fun? Just for fun. Just a fan art, basically. I am making a fan animation of Venom, but you know, I'm not gonna get that done anytime soon. So let's maybe start small. I mean, I already got it started, but I just, you know, I'm not gonna get it done anytime soon, especially with other things on my plate. So let's just start, do something small for now at stream. Like an illustration. But honestly, it's just illustration in comparison is just much more faster to get it done. Or at least in my standards. It's wrong. Cool. There we go. I'll make it more blue. Except for the teeth, though. I'll use a yellow one. Fair enough. I have all the respect for animators. Couldn't be me. Yeah, I just have zero patience. Maybe in the next stream. Hopefully the super typhoon incoming won't be strong, or at least has a weekend. Or, you know, just flew away. So in that way we can stream a little bit more. Cause it's a super typhoon and it's just so annoying, man. I have to deal with this type of shit. Again. Oh yeah, the values are quite terrible right now, but I'll add more shadows later. Sounds scary, yeah, but this isn't really the first time we have it. We're kind of used to it, but it's still, you know, it's still a big pain in the ass. We're prone to getting floods. We're not gonna get electricity for like, what, a month? Or weeks? Water is gonna be a scarcity. And it's just, man, it's just terrible. Uncomfortable. All the way around. And yeah, the whole house is gonna be wet again. It's just tiring. But it's pretty much natural here. We are living in the Pacific Ring of Fire. If you're in the Ring of Fire, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, floods, storms, we're getting everything. And yes, we live in front of a river, so that's why flooding is kind of a regular thing here. And it sucks. Okay, let me put this at my other screen because my laptop screen is not very good at producing colors, so... Oh, where is it? And yeah. Well, I bet it's beautiful when Mother Nature isn't trying to murder you. I yeah, we do get like really cool sunsets here, but god dang it, man. Can you calm down? Can you chill? But yeah, she's not gonna chill. We've been playing here for too long. Okay, the colors are a little dark. Let me just go on the flats for now. Maybe I should have drawn the symbol. Never mind. God dang it. Okay. Let's undo all of this. Go back to here. My pencil. Oh yeah, the mud was definitely the worst one. That always comes after the flood. But yeah. It ruined their couches. And probably the reason why we don't have couches anymore. We only have wooden chairs. And even though I'm Asian, I'm so not used to hard surfaces anymore. I can't even sleep on hard surfaces anymore. Kinda sad I lost that ability. When I was a kid, I could just sleep anywhere. But now I'm just like, there's no cotton. I can't sleep. My technology has consumed me. I'm watching your stream and DBZ Kai at the same time. Oh, is that guy the streamer? Man, I know I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been living in under a rock, but I have seen him a few times. Right? You get older and you just can't get comfortable ever. Yeah, I've also been having trouble sleeping lately. Fuck me. I'm tossing and turning. I'm already on my bed. Why can't I sleep? But back then as a kid, I can literally sleep on a chair or table. Like, what happened to me? I got hard nerfed. What happened? Okay, let me get a better reference of Venom because this symbol isn't doing enough for me. Oh, okay, the legs are just dead going upwards, okay. Iron Man Dragon Ball. Okay, got it. I thought you were talking about the streamer. I think his name is also Kai. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I literally cannot do any type of work without a video running at the background. There are times where I get to work in complete silence. It just doesn't feel right anymore. It must be the FOMO. But nah, it's not like I'm watching the trendy shit. I guess it has something to do with that police. Same, but I'm like that with music. I need someone talking in the background. I can't do work. Especially for artists, man. Like, I'll be asleep finally, and then my brain at 4 a.m. is like, ooh. But ideas, though. Yeah, it's where the most banger kind of ideas also pops out. Like, I remember thinking of, hey, let's make a fan art of Finn. And I'm like, I'm at bed, finally comfortable. My pillows are cold. I'm at a like I don't need to pee or anything. I don't need to get up. But no. I got struck by a good shit idea. And I'm like, why? The idea is it though. This better be worth it. But it was, so. But man. I wanted to sleep. Why I gotta be doing this way? I guess it's because we're at, you know, there's nothing around. There's nothing running around the background at that time. And you're only alone with your thoughts, basically. I think that's the reason why we want, or I need a little bit of noise when working. I don't want any intrusive thoughts, basically, invading me. That's why I gotta be, I gotta have some noise somewhere around. Oh. Yeah, I didn't. Some of us work on my comic after 1 a.m. 3 a.m. Yeah, it do be like that. And another thing is you need to write that down because if you don't write that down, ideas really that idea is gone by the minute. And you can't even go like, "Oh, I'll think about it. I'll remember this later on." And you don't. Trust me, you don't. You won't remember it. Because here's the thing. Ideas aren't the same as memories. Memories you can, you can remember them. Because yeah, it's a memory. But ideas aren't a memory. They just pop in your head, basically. So once that is out of mind, that is gone. You can't take that back. But with memories, you have reminders, even physical ones or tangible ones, that would remind you of it. With ideas, no. No. Music for me gets me in a good flow state, but I'll have a YouTube video or sure show for casual art. Yeah, usually any dialogue heavy kind of videos, which is weird because listening is my weakest point. But I guess that makes sense because I'm not completely listening to it. I just want it at the background, running around the background. I know it's supposed to be 4 links, but fuck me. I'll correct it. I'll add one more. I used to think if it was a really good idea, I'll remember later. Foolish thought. Yeah, once it's gone to your system, it's gone. You cannot take that back. And there's nothing that can remind you of it because you already forgotten. It's not gonna come back. I get easily distracted, so that way I end up paying attention to the video and forget my test. That is the risk of it, though. Bro, I hate that. If I don't jump on an idea right then, I'll lose it forever and cry and hate myself. Because I'll be like, what was I thinking of again? And it happens way, way, way more often. That's why you gotta write that shit down. Or else that's gone. That's why I write it immediately. Anywhere. Write it anywhere. Draw it anywhere. I don't care. I guess I shouldn't be doing this just yet. I'll do the multiplies first. But yeah, it's not a memory, so write it down immediately. And also write it down in a way that you can understand. Because sometimes if you try to look at it again, you're just like, it's just a bunch of random words scrambled. Or weird. Maybe if you sketch it, it will just look gibberish. Definitely has happened to me before. I checked the time only to realize I spent an hour on a unfinished liner because I was watching a video. If it's running on my laptop, I don't get too distracted. But if I'm on my phone, like if I'm drawing and then I go check out my phone, I'm gonna be stuck there and forget that, oh, I was supposed to be doing this. And get mad at myself for a little bit. Like, god damn it, how much time has passed? Yeah. It do be like that. But yeah, to me, the phone is much more distracting. But for some reason, if it's running on my laptop, I don't pay attention, that much attention to it. Oh, what? You're already a coloring stage? Yeah. I I told you I was rushing. Have you guys done the thing when you finish your piece, post it, and then continue to work on it? I haven't. Because I'm like, once it's posted, I'm never gonna look at it ever again. I'll probably see the mistakes here and there, and I'm like, we should have done this more. We should have hashed this a little more. I don't know. Oh, there's a mistake over there. I hate it. It's bothering me. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. It's posted. It's already done. Gone. It's gone. But yeah, once it's posted, I never touch it ever again. Nor do I look at it ever again. Once it's done, it's done. It's posted, it's posted. I'm never gonna touch it. Even if there's like big mistakes, I'm not gonna fucking correct it. I'm just it's already there. You already saw it. What's the point of me? There's no point for me to fix it anymore. It's there. It's over. Wish I had the strength. I guess it. I guess it also has something to do with that. I am kind of lazy. I can't deny that shit. But then, yeah, I just think of like, there's no point in fixing it anymore. I guess it's kind of like a rule that I put on myself. That once it's done, it's done. If you want to fix something, maybe consider making a redraw or whatever. Damn, I need to learn how to shade like you do. I mean, it's kind of like just shading apes. Or blocking? Kind of like blocking. But in all honesty, if you're like trying to find or make sense of the lighting that I'm making, it doesn't make sense. Again, I'm not super strict when it comes to my personal artworks. It's a personal artwork. You can't do nothing about it. That's the wrong color. And yeah, I just use this lasso tool for mostly everything. Yeah, I'm the same way. My shading is almost always based on convenience rather than actual light sources. Yeah, and whenever that makes sense, or somewhat some sense to it, and somewhat looks all good, that's good enough for me. I don't care anymore. It's definitely somewhat of an unhealthy habit, but I'm really more loose to myself when it comes to personal works. So that's why. Oh yeah, did you hear about the future Disney L with the Snow White remake? You're the reason why I use the lasso tool. To be fair, I also saw someone using it, and I'm just like, what the heck? This tool exists? Oh my god. And at first, I only use it for effects. But I'm like, bro, come on. This is too good. It's too good for my lazy ass. And it's really fast. I don't need to select, I just need to like bloop bloop bloop. There you go. And about Disney, I'm even surprised they're making a Snow White remake. What a daring move. And a remake? A part of me is like, man, they really don't value themselves, huh? Because if you guys didn't know, Snow White was like, what? Their baby. Yeah, it's kind of like their baby. Because if I remember correctly, it's what gotten them out of bankruptcy. And now they're trying to make a live action. And at this point, though, come on. The type of people who watch those type of things are who has way too many or don't think too much of the movies, basically. Let's be for real here. Lasso tool, legendary. Also the magic one too, for quick color correction. Especially for more comic style, thick liners and such. It was their big first like movie too. Yeah, it's basically their very first child. Kind of. Well, apart from Mickey, I guess. And seeing it turn into live action by them in a very non-artistic way, or like, do people see an artistic value on this live actions? It sounds disrespectful to, to those who worked on it, but a part of me is really, really trying hard to grasp any artistic merit of it. Like, yeah, there's costume designers, directors. I guess that's stretching out a little bit. The writing, I don't know. I doubt it. It's just so just made for, that has made for profit. That it's kind of hard to grasp any sort of artistic value to it. Or at least for me. I'll pass on Snow White can lie. Passing from any sort of live action movies they're making. Because all of them are just bad. Or any sort of value. I'm resubbing again. I can't handle the ends. Did it ran off again? Fuck. It's on auto, so sometimes it's running around without my permission, which I wouldn't mind if they did some kind of twist or different approach, like the Maleficent one with Angelina. But right now they're just basic copy paste that look worse. Yeah, I did also like Maleficent. I also did like Cinderella because they made a little few changes there that I actually like. But Cinderella was, the one that kickstarted the live action fiasco. But the thing is, it was actually good. Yeah, I don't put it in a high pedestal, but it was at least good and enjoyable. But now all of them just feels like cash grabs, a bunch of cash cows, and it's just hard to grasp any sort of enjoyment to it because it just feels like I'm being robbed. That's just how it feels like. Oh man, you did really sub. Thanks for the resub. The Snow White remake is sounding like a disaster. The race change is the least of its problems. But the fact that they got rid of the dwarves except for one is so funny to me. So it's not Snow White and the seven dwarves anymore. It's just dead ass Snow White with like one guy. Oh man. And I think at this point, no one is taking them seriously anymore. And yeah, most of the ones that are watching them are normies. Or, people that are watching those movies for the sake of, watching it. Deadass, there are type of people like this. They're watching it mainly because it's Disney, made by Disney, and it's like, catering to nostalgia or whatever, and they just want to, watch it because it's there. Well, the homies are challenging me to Smash moves. I'll check them back in a bit. Alrighty, thanks for coming, dude. Hope you win. Good luck. Good luck, my dudes. Man, playing Smash... Smash? I don't think it was Smash Bros. I think it was just... I actually don't know the title. It was Smash. Tried playing it with the 3DS and it was miserable. I hate the controls. I hate holding the 3DS for some reason. The joystick is terrible. I hate it. Or maybe. Oh yeah, I also got used to PlayStation. You know, in Japan, I think everybody already knows this, but in Japan, right, it's the opposite. Like, X is for accepting stuff, or checking stuff, or entering. Here's the orientation and square here, right? Triangle and then circle. And they use circle. We use circle for like cancel or go back. But in Japan, I think it's the opposite. I don't know if it's only Japan, but I think so. I think it's Japan. They have X as cancel and circle for enter. And I don't know about you. When you grew up the other way around, it's kind of hard to get into it. And I hate it. Just let me use X. And it's the same thing on the 3DS. It was like what, B or A or something. I don't know. I don't use my 3DS anymore. So, and I didn't grow up with that much Nintendo stuff. Just grew up with Sony and Xbox. But yeah, I hated that stuff on Nintendo, okay? It's a very nitpicky thing, but I hate it so much. Just let me use the controls now. The only dwarf actor they hired as Disney to change the dwarves into forest people? I'm guessing it's because they don't want to hire midgets. Is that the proper term for them? Or any people with experiencing dwarfism? I guess midget isn't the right word for it. I'm sorry, English is stupid. It's my second language. Because I've heard more people using midget as a term more. The leaked pictures behind the scenes is so funny because the costumes look like a YouTube parody. Yeah, Sony changed it though. I think Nintendo controls ruined my perspective of game controls with X being up, menu, or something else. Yeah, I just hate it. Actually, that makes sense. That makes the Switch control system understandable now. Oh yeah, speaking of Nintendo, did you hear about how Nintendo Switch saved a kidnapped 14-year-old girl? God damn, really? Nintendo Switch saved my life. Here's how. That's crazy though. Is it because of the tracker? Does the Nintendo Switch even has a tracking device? Here's the thing. When it comes to Nintendo, right? There's nothing to rave about their what do you call it? Their specs, right? Like they're not known for their specs. Usually for specs you go for what? PlayStation. I'm still mad that PlayStation doesn't make a PSP or a PS Vita. But they were stupid on making proprietary stuff, like making their own port, making their own SD cards. Yeah, they're stupid for that. But man, I still like the PS Vita. I still love the PSP, man. Man, I really grew up as a PlayStation girl, huh? But I haven't owned any sort of Sony stuff in a while. The only recent one I've owned is like what? The PlayStation 2. Yes, I am one of those terrible people who likes pocketable gaming. Shut the fuck. But I can't help it. Mobile gaming here is so big, man. But honestly, I could just go for this, the Steam Deck. Because, yeah, Sony still makes expensive shit. The only caveat is that the Steam Deck isn't really officially available here, but you can buy one. It's just not officially available here, or Steam isn't the one that is distributing it. I can't even say words. Yeah, the terrorist mid war. I actually thought I would be confused with the Switch scheme after only using PlayStation, but it was quite easy to get used to it. I guess it's because I didn't play all that much to it. They're making a cloud one, I believe. Oh, so they're basically making a beta version of it. I guess cloud devices or cloud gaming is becoming a thing. Yes. The girl was nearly kidnapped by a Discord mod. Like, holy crap, that's scary. So the girl brought her Switch with her when she got kidnapped, and then after 2 months of being missing, her friend randomly saw her name tag online and called the FBI, who then called Nintendo to track down the Switch. Oh. Oh yeah, Nintendo is quite strict when it comes to with their products. Well, strict not in the quality sense. After, the driftiness. But they are strict with their products. Like, they really don't want to get their devices hacked or homebrewed or whatever. But it's still possible. But they really don't like it when you do it. This is the first good Nintendo news in a long time, for sure. Yeah, Nintendo just fucking straight up hates their own consumers. But Nintendo destroying a guy named Bowser is so still funny. Yeah, it's like they can do noble things here and there, but at the same time they can do the most cruelest shit ever. Like duality. Duality of a company. Oh yeah, I forgot. Doesn't PlayStation have a BR and it failed because of how expensive it is? Or somewhat failed. I think it's still a thing, but it was a little bit, it had a rough start, I think. I remember correctly. Nothing will top how cruelly it was not let the parents have Spider-Man in their kid's grave. Disney was so trash for that. What the fuck? Did they copyright strike a fucking dead person? What the hell? God damn. Yes, Disney loves to capitalize on kids, but doesn't like it like kids have fun. I mean, they'll let you if they're giving money. If you're not, Disney is gonna sue. But yeah, it's Disney the corporation now. It's not the animation studio that you used to know of. Still a little bit crazy to me on how big Disney has gotten. I guess it's maybe because they're trying to buy everything. What makes them so big. Venom is really looking amazing, by the way. Thanks. We're taking a while at the shading part, but I guess that's fine. I still think Disney's biggest blunder was filming in China's concentration camps for Mulan. Yeah, that's still a very bad move. It's so funny to me that uh Americans does not like China's, way of things. But at the same time, like they're very vocal about it, but at the same time they're like, oh yeah, their money is good though. Or Hollywood is pandering for them. I don't think it's only Hollywood at this point though. I think I need to use a pen for this one. Basically adding a little bit of lines. I know I shouldn't be doing this because, or at least for me, I shouldn't be doing this because it's already kind of detailed with the shading. Too much details can be a little bit bad too sometimes. Because everything just looks like it's blending in and the eyes don't know where to look at. Like, come on, give us somewhere to look at or to rest our eyes at. Live action Mulan is still the funniest blunder to me. Yeah, China hated it too. Could I blame them? It's so trash. It's not even about Mulan anymore. What is it even about? Who was it even marketed towards to? It's like it really feels like they hired a bunch of writing interns who has zero game, who has zero experience. It felt like a high school or someone at high school wrote it, and sometimes it feels like it's even an insult to the to a bunch of high schoolers. You even say it that way. Crazy, man. Okay, hold up. Let me select this. Do that. Unclip that basic. Make it normal. Gonna look weird for now, but I need to change a few colors here. Okay. I didn't select it. That's surprising. Nice me. It's made in a different color. Oh well. Man, did it not select? It didn't. Let's set that back to multiply. Director Mulan remake saying the movie isn't a superhero movie. That's something I've ever heard. Because it not only follows the beats of a superhero, they gave Mulan powers. It felt like a Star Wars movie. Or bootleg bootleg version of a Star Wars movie. Or a wannabe Star Wars movie. But it's not in space. But yeah, people were drawing in parallels too. On how that was terrible, and also I think another movie from Star Wars was also terrible. That's why people are pointing out like the similarities of it. Oh, hold up. Just checking out if the colors are looking right. Guess I shouldn't set this to multiply. Don't speak about the Disney Wars trilogy. Even the actors didn't want to talk about it. Even they hated it, I think. Because I was seeing them trying to, like, being low-key about it when it comes to interviews. I haven't watched the movie, but I watched the interviews for some reason. Not the whole interview, just a bunch of scenes, snippets of it. Because people were memeing at it. And yeah. But despite the floppery, Disney is still gonna make money. At this point, they're like a mega corporation. They have their amusement parks, and they what, own Fox or something. But they are at a net loss, so that's for sure. I'll clean that up later. By the way, whatever I'm doing right now is just something I do to add a little bit of a dimension. So it's gonna look weird for now. But it just seems like I'm doing shading again. Except it's not shadows. It's the shapes of the parts that I'm doing. Or the muscles. Man, the thing is, despite this weird looking ass process of mine, I still think the process for painting is weirder for me. Because when you're painting and you're in the middle of it and everything looks weird and nothing looks right, it feels like I have nowhere to go. Like I don't know where I'm headed at. But at least here, I kind of know where I'm going to. But then again, that could be just me not being all too familiar with the techniques with painting. I just realized that Disney Star Wars started the dumb trend of making their main female leads into the same stoic and overpowered characters. It was a trend back then, I think. And everybody is making. I think Disney is still the one that abuses the shit out of it, though. Looks like you're making that blue symbiote from the first Venom movie. I'll erase it with the airbrush, though. I'm just doing this so I have the shapes down. That trend still exists. Indiana Jones, Witcher did. Yeah, it's pretty much still there. Motherfuckers trying to be Ghibli LML. And the thing is, the character that they're doing or making is far from is far from the in comparison from the ones in Ghibli films. And the thing is, I actually again I'm gonna fucking bring up Cinderella again. In the live action, it's actually a good representation. It's actually a good representation of a female lead. But no, they flopped again. They became brain dead. Like, yo, just make the female character overpowered. Amazing. Captain Marvel is still alive and coming back. People even watch that movie? Oh, yeah. I think Captain Marvel when Captain Marvel premiered, I think I didn't care out all that much to it and paid more attention to like Alita Battle Angel or something. It was like a live action adaptation of an anime, I think. And yeah, it's the movie where people talked about the CGI eyes for being too big. But actually, the actions was really lit. And Disney still does so many tone deaf stuff on making old characters stupid wick while making the new characters look better. Oh yeah, they're trying to do that stupid promotion thingy. Oh my god, it looks muddy as fuck. Hold up. There we go. It still kind of looks muddy, huh? Oh well. See, I'll just airbrush it. But it does give it a little pop to it. So the color palette doesn't look all too boring. That's why I do it. Oh yeah, do you remember that weird rivalry between Captain Marvel and Alita Battle viewers at that time. All I remember is that people preferred Alita Battle Angel much more better because Captain Marvel fucking sucks. Because if I remember correctly, the people already or it is already established that Captain Marvel is overpowered. Then what the fuck is she overcoming? And I just, again, it was just a boring ass story. People hyped her up because it was being played by this actress. I can't remember her name. I'm terrible with names again. Oh, hold up. I need to unplug something. And the thing is, yeah, they were hyping Captain Marvel up, you know, before it was premiered. And people are like, you know, low-key shitting on Alita Battle Angel because, you know, everybody thinks that if it's a live adaptation of an anime, we all assume that it's gonna be terrible. Because of just look at the scoreboard. Almost all of them turned out to be shit. And I can't blame people being, you know, reluctant on adaptations because it just, you know, it just has so many L's. I'm still shocked that Captain Marvel made $1 billion, but then I remember the Bay Farmers made $1 billion. Because people hyped it up. That's why. That's why people fucking watched it. Oh yeah, I just noticed that there's a certain trope in Hollywood movies. It's not there all the time and it's not being used by everybody, but it's weird that I kind of see it often. It's the train scene. I think it's I guess it kind of happens more often than I thought it would. You know, there's always an action scene that is gonna fucking occur on the train, either outside or inside. Did did Captain Marvel also have the train scene, or maybe I'm just mistaking it for another movie because of how generic it was? Transformers 5 is my favorite Bayformers movie because it finally killed the Bayformers for being so bad. People finally woke up to the fact that Bayformers sucked. I'm still surprised there are people still watching it. Like, after 3 movies, I'm just like, okay, I'm satisfied. This is enough. I don't care anymore. Captain Marvel had a train scene, and I don't think Alita Battle Angel had one. Yeah, yeah, I think it was Captain Marvel. But yeah, I remember people just hyping the movie up because of this actress for some reason. And of course, they're promoting it as like, oh, women empowerment, yada yada yada. And then it turns out that the movie that we did not expect to be good turned out to be good and better than it. Yeah, Alita Battle Angel at least had a better story than fucking Captain Marvel. Also, I just love the soundtrack. Really? Because I remember people hating the actress for being a dickhead to other people in the interviews. Yeah, that also. But the thing is, she's promoting it as some sort of empowerment thingy, or trying to, I guess, trying to come across as a girl boss. And wasn't she terrible at the comics too? Captain Marvel, not the actress. I've heard that she was kind of not that good in the comics either. Man, Captain Marvel in the comics is hated by comic readers. Yeah, because she's just straight up an asshole. No, funny enough, people liked her before when she was called Miss Marvel and had no pants. Is I think this was the before she was like Captain Marvel, right? Became an asshole when she's Captain Marvel. Highlights are all over the place, but fix that with an airbrush. When in doubt, use the airbrush. Actually, if you're a beginner, don't use the airbrush. It's terrible. You'll have a terrible experience. I think a lot of artists, actually, yeah, kind of warns you or discourages you. If you're like a beginner, you're still, testing out the waters and all that stuff, not too familiar with stuff. We heavily discourage soft brushes. Funny thing is, people think that the title Captain Marvel for some reason turns you into an asshole because the male Captain Marvel was also a douche. So I guess it's the role. The role is just straight up cursed. We're kind of almost done here. I know I should have added a little more pizzazz, maybe some effects here and there, and like maybe a little splooshy sploosh for making him, you know, showing off that he's a symbiote, or reminding him he's a symbiote. But I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm in pain. I'm hungry. But the good thing though, my cramps isn't that bad. It actually gets worse. Like holy fuck. There are times where I just cannot get out of bed. Like I need to sleep it off. Type of thing. Oh. And it's a good thing. I guess it's because I took some painkillers. But at least it wasn't too painful. So thank God for that. But yeah. Don't get promoted into a captain. Became a douche for some reason. In Marble. I'm gonna add another multiply because I'm addicted. I'm blaming Ross Dross for this. The reason why I use multiply is because so I can use a glow dodge. The captain in the title turns anyone in can into an asshole except for Captain America. Was there a time Captain America was an asshole? Or they stick with the sweet guy type of vibe or trope? Zero to hero kind of trope. That kind of reminds me of Hercules. Yeah, but he was mind controlled. I guess that doesn't count then. He was born for the job. That's why he isn't cursed. But he did get cursed drawings. He did have cursed drawings of him though. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys seen the big breasted big breasted Captain America? Yeah, Captain America and Spider-Man are supposed to be Marvel's good Boy Scouts, like Superman. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I want to get this off my chest. Superman being the bad guy is so fucking cliche now. Like everybody is doing the Superman gone bad kind of trope. Like at this point, I'm tired. And people kind of forgot that Superman is supposed to be good nowadays because of how common it fucking they're doing that type of shit. And I kind of miss the wholesome vibe. What happened to the wholesome Boy Scout vibes? Bring that back. Omni-Man and Homelander was the best ways to do evil Superman thing. Yeah, that's true. I guess it's the DC variants that are kind of terrible. Like I was just not interested at all. Like you guys just want to see him get clapped by Batman again. Like come on. It's weird. It's weird as hell. Yeah, it used to be interesting back in the days because back in the days it doesn't exist. But nowadays everybody's doing it. Doesn't feel interesting anymore. And at this point I just miss seeing them being best buds. Because they were originally best buddies. I'm gonna add some rim lights because this is kinda triggering me. They brought back Good Boy Superman with this new Superman show. Oh yeah, I think there's also one live action Superman. I think it was a show. I'm actually not sure. That did kind of got him right. Brought back the ghoul Superman. In that show, it became a meme that Lois Lane looks like that Owl House girl. It's because she again had the pixie cut. Oh, this color looks terrible. Hold up. Adding some rim lights. Is that what you call them? I guess so. Rim lights. Add a bit of contrast. Now I'm gonna add shadows again. Jesus. This is kind of overdone. For a damn sketch. But this is the thing about me. Like, let's add some more. Kind of like a sauce. Adding details are kind of like adding sauce. Don't be shy, add some more. Add a little more seasoning. I like that. To be honest, I love the new Lois Lane design because tomboy. Yeah. Though it sucks that the show killed another redhead character. Do you ever wonder why Hollywood hates redheads? I think the thing is, the weird part is we actually kind of like redheads because we're so fascinated by them. Honestly, if you have a different ass hair color, we're just like blown away immediately. But yeah, I've seen people like just hate ginger people for some reason. I don't know. I really don't get it either. Is it because of Ed Sheeran? What is going on? Why you guys hate this guy? And the thing is, we don't really see them all that much. Again, apart from Ed Sheeran and that one guy in Harry Potter. And I don't even watch Harry Potter. I am one of the rarest people, I think, that has not gotten into Harry Potter. I still don't understand it or could not get into it. I mean, I guess I see the appealing parts of it, but it doesn't appeal to me for some reason. Especially Disney. What's going on? Whenever Hollywood adapts something with a redhead, they either kill them off or change them to a black person. Oh man, is that what they did to Starfire? Although they did keep the red hair. He did Ariel and Mary Jane. Oh yeah, Mary Jane is a redhead, huh? For some reason, I remember her as a fucking brunette. Or didn't think of it that much as a kid because it wasn't her hair back then wasn't too red. Maybe that's why I didn't think too much of it. Yeah, I'm just adding bolder shapes. Black shapes. Again, for contrast. All about contrast. Like, think about it. The moment that Disney borrowed Spider-Man for the MCU, they immediately changed Mary Jane to black. Oh yeah, we're talking about the Tom Holland one. I forget Tom Holland's fucking Spider-Man existed for a moment there. And Zendaya casted to it. That is kind of weird. Somewhat coincident. I'm gonna. A part of me thinks it's just a coincidence, but it's kind of happening a little bit too often. I gotta give it the bombastic side. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? While Sony was adamant in keeping Mary Jane as a redhead. Because she is! At this point, I am kind of desensitized with the race bending or race whatever swapping kind of shenanigan going on. Like, fine, I don't care. If the writing's good, the writing's good. But if it's shit, I'ma still talk shit. But then a part of me is like, if you're gonna maybe swap some race to a story that has significant, you know, plot points when it comes to race. That's where it gets a little iffy. But if it's not a significant thing, so if it's not a significant thing, yeah, sure, I'll take it. But if it is, that's where I get the side eye. Or do the side eye. Like, hmm. And a part of me is just like, bro, just make your own story. Like, fucking come on. Like, Hollywood just fucking loves recycling in the worst way possible. Not for Mother Earth, but in the worst fucking way possible. Did you know that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Mary Jane was already in the movie, but they deleted her scene? The fuck? Is this the... Which version of Spider-Man is this? Is it the Tom Holland one? Andrew Garfield? I only know them by the actors, which is weird. Because I didn't watch Andrew Garfield's version properly, so that's why. Tom Holland one, I straight up didn't watch it. Because it didn't feel like a Spider-Man at all. It's more like fucking Iron Man Jr. But hey, if you like it, that's good for you. I'm happy that you see enjoyment to it. I couldn't. But yeah, that's so weird that it's... Not that we're talking about it, it's occurring far more often than we thought of. It is kind of weird. What's going on? And yeah, what's up with the hate on the redheads? Like goddamn, do you hate the red not that much? What's going on? Okay, that's enough because I may overdo it. I'm tired. And we've been streaming for 3 hours and my knees are getting weak. Time to call this a day. There's even a meme video where it mocks Disney for redhead thing where it showed that Disney was doing a game of redhead race change with other companies, and they got scared that Warner Bros has Harry Potter, and they could get 108 points for changing the Wesleys to black if they wanted to. It's the Andrew Garfield one. He meets Mary Jane in the deleted scene after Gwen dies. The only company I think loves redhead is Sony. Because it kind of fits their beauty standard, I guess. That's why. Although someone at Disney fucking hates redheads. That's from what I can tell from here. Or there's a cult in Hollywood that just fucking hates them straight up. Okay. It didn't save a color palette. Did I even add a color palette? Yeah, I guess so. Let me bring up an old illustration. Let's see here. One do I have saved? Hey, this guy. I'm gonna steal this one. Oh yeah, I forgot to end the shadow. Okay. Damn it. Well, at least we're around the finish line, so it's fine. Okay, let's see here. But yeah, the redhead race change is just much more funny and weird to me. Yeah, like, why do they target this certain group for this sort of shenanigans? It is kind of weird. But yeah, here we don't really think that much of it. You have red hair, then cool. I find it actually cool. Quite fascinating. Some of us are low-key jealous because you have a much more fun looking hair, while we are cursed with boring ones. And it's more sad when you realize redheads, in actual fun fact, the smallest minority of humans. Yeah, because they're a rare breed, basically. Maybe a Disney executive got dumped by a redhead and still mad about it. Still salty. Stay mad, bro. I need to delete one because, again, it doesn't really have a complicated palette. Oh wow, symmetrical. Save that. What else? That's the wrong color also. Don't like that. Let's try again. Oh yeah, did the Philippines ban the Barbie movie? Why the fuck would we why would the fuck would I can't even say. Why would we ban that though? It was something to do with China propaganda? What's going on? I think I've heard of this news, but I don't fucking understand it. I think if I remember correctly, we didn't ban anything. We didn't do anything, basically. Because, like, we just don't fucking get the situation. Like, it's just a fucking movie. There's literally Oppenheimer literally making nuclear bombs as a fucking movie, and then we're all debating about this shit. Again, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Country officials are being childish. But yeah, I just don't understand that whole debacle. I think I should have made him lower. Because I have so much space here and I don't know what to do with it. Great. What a lovely. A great day. Okay. Okay, let me just spend a few minutes trying to find my signature. Great. Don't think I have it anymore. Do I? There it is. Oh, it's still in text. Bro, just don't mask. The Philippines decided to release only if the movie censored the China propaganda. What the fuck? What do you mean China propaganda? What is going on? I mean, this isn't the first time. Like, there's so many shows, there's so many movies censored here. And it's censored in the most weirdest way. It's just cut. And the thing that they censor isn't even remotely bad. Or anything significant in particular. Or relevant. And besides, everything is hard to take seriously here. Like, I can't take anything seriously in this place. And the China propaganda was about ocean territory, they said. I get them. I guess that makes sense. We are a little triggered by them doing that. Symbiote. Yeah, I spelled that right. I am a failure of... Not really. It's more like school failed me. Dang, Vietnam straight up banned the Barbie movie. It must have been like... It's either they gotten investments from it, or it has some sort of reminder to it. Or a little bit of symbolism. That's why they don't like that. I understand why they kind of don't like it though. And let's be for real here, it's gonna be pirated as shit anyways. Pirating is like white, somewhat normal still here. Or the most convenient way to watch a movie. Just plastering it with text, huh? Get rid of the get rid of the white space. Eddie Brock. Okay, that's enough. I'm saving this. I don't care anymore. I'm hungry. I need to take a break. Hold up, let me just upload. Part of me doesn't care anymore to check out the colors. It's freaking venom. Who cares? It's blue. Or dark blue. So it's a map that appeared in the movie that's specifically used by China. And it claims that the sea territory near Vietnam, Taiwan, Malaysia, basically Southeast Asia, is owned by China. A big oof. Yeah, we don't like that. Well, that explains it. I guess do a little bit more research than Googling some apps. Heck, why not use fucking Google Maps? But then again, I wouldn't be surprised why they use that instead. Because, you know, they get a lot of money here from China. And yeah. The map designer in the movie apologized for them. They even hired a designer for that? I guess. Is it CGI? Or is it a prop? Because that is a big oof. Here, let me show you guys the full screen of it. Eddie Brock. Let me also export the process. I'm also recording the process. Do you have tips on how to draw thigh gaps? It's just a triangle, bro. Hold up, I'm exporting something. I can't use my I can't use Clip Studio for a bit. Hold up. Just give me a minute. But that's so very specific, but I guess I should praise you for being specific. Because here's the thing, I like it when the questions are very, very specific. Because it narrows it down, basically. It makes it easier for me, it makes it easier for you to understand also. And also, if you're familiar with the gesture of the body, I'll show it in a bit. It's just, I'm just exporting it, that's why I couldn't show it. Let me take it right. I'm exporting the time lapse, that's why I can't use Clip Studio Paint. It's too busy. It's almost done though. Just hot, that's why it's processing and taking a while. And also, because of the poses that I've been doing, I barely show any thigh gaps. Or draw any thigh gaps. Now that I think about it. I guess it's only visible if it's front facing, or if the character is just, you know, they're standing and they're front facing. I finished this sketch of the stolen venom pose. Go ahead and post it now. Nice. This illustration, nah, actually it didn't take me a while. Yeah, my illustrations now take about an average of 3 hours. The longest one is probably 5 hours or 6. Okay, that's a... here, let me show you. Let me just draw a torso. It's much more, I guess, visible if it's a curvy figure. But basically legs goes like this. Or the gesture of it. They go in like that, and then they go back out, then straight, because of the feet. That's the gesture of it. Although that's very specific, and it's only quite visible if it's standing like this. And there's also a gap here. Because it's the human body, there's no straight... There's not a lot of straight lines on the human body. If it's organic, then the shapes are gonna be organic. Or the lines are gonna be organic also. His shoulders are too broad. I do also have a tendency to draw broad shoulders. And that's basically it. It's the thigh gap only happens if it's like sitting or standing like this. If it's sitting, you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it because it's scrunched like that. I finally got the design of the big buff that I was supposed to come to you right now. Nice. Hey, DJ Yan, welcome. I'm already done though. I'm only explaining thigh gaps. But yeah, thighs. It's because of the muscle too. The muscle goes like that. And then you get the knees, and then it goes back like that. It's basically going in that direction or wrapping to this direction. But there's also a muscle here that wraps around like this. Muscles are complicated. And then this is going to the opposite direction. Basically, going like that. So it's like this and like this. It's a little bit too curved though, but that's fine. It's subtle, but it's there. And that's it. That's the most simplest way I can explain it though. Not all muscles is going in one direction. It's more like a wrap. So it's kind of like either going on the same direction or it isn't. So I kind of wanna recommend that you study muscle groups. And the way to study muscle groups is focus on each part. Like, go for the legs. And what do you want to simplify? What do you want to prioritize? You want to prioritize the upper one or the lower one? Or do you want to check it out as a whole? That sort of thing. Now, what about the torso for both female and male? I cannot explain that in one go, my dude. Because body type, if we're talking about body types, that's a lot. Because there's a lot of varying body types. It's either thick, thin, or just muscly, or more on the fat side. Some are thick, some are tall, some are small, and it depends on the age also of what character we're talking about. But if I have to summarize, basically female anatomy tends to lean more on the curvy side. So if you suck at drawing curves, you're gonna get fucked. But if we're talking about the male body, it's much more blocky, basically. Around 25-ish. Is it buff or is it lean then? Well, it's much more simpler if we're just going for the average kind of body type, like, you know, not too thick, not too heavy on the muscles. Yeah, the difference is just the other one is curvy and the other one is much more straight or blocky. But there are curvy male or men. Or just androgynous, straight up. The other one just happens to have boobs or not. Or perhaps they have hip dips. That's why that's a lot. There's a lot. But who knows? Maybe I'll do another. Maybe anatomy refresh review again. On future streams. Because sometimes I have to, you know. I also have to practice and remind myself of, like, hey, you know the body is like this, hey? Don't forget, or else your anatomy is gonna suck. You know. Because that's the thing in drawing. The skill doesn't stay exactly. It doesn't stay. You need to keep it going, or else it's gonna be gone. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just too paranoid. But that's the quickest way I can summarize it. Female is much more curvy, and the other one is just much more blocky. Or if it's a man. And that's about it. I'll probably talk about it more. Because, yeah, there's so many body types that you can probably go on forever. Because it's also vital for character design or concepting. Oh dang, type in the Barbie movie and it changes the Google? Really? I also have problems using my Ion 420. Forgot what model that was. Is it the smallest one? Is it the H one? Yeah, it's the smallest one that is showing up on me. I think this is the tablet where it still uses batteries or the pen. So you might want to check out your batteries, man. You gotta refresh the batteries. But the 420 doesn't have buttons. Oh, okay. I mean, the buttons. I am one of those people that does not like hotkeys on tablets. I'm gonna say it. I just want a drawing tablet. I just want a drawing surface. Yeah, the shortcuts are good, but I'd rather use my keyboard. Like, it feels uncomfortable. I mean, there are also people who draw on phones, and I can't tell who, like, and there are people who draw with mouse. Like, for real, I can't believe it. So yeah, big respect to you guys. Okay, I typed in Barbie, but it didn't change. It didn't. It doesn't. It didn't do anything. Just saw a commercial from a company that sells ocarina replicas. Oh man, that reminds me of seeing commercials. Man, I'm seeing a lot of ads of like bootleg games, bootleg mobile games. I fucking hate those. Wait, really? Nothing turned pink? I mean, my Google Chrome is on dark mode, so maybe that's why. Or I'm using a theme for. It's not even the fanciest theme. It's just, yeah, it's just dark mode. Yeah, nothing happened. Boo! How dare you didn't turn pink? That sucks. But yeah, I guess it's because my Chrome is on dark mode. Maybe that's why. But yeah. Oh yeah, usually when there's a problem with the tablet, either check your drivers, maybe check your maybe reset your computer, or maybe check your tablet itself. Maybe it's like needing a little bit of replacement or repair. Is the batteries dying? Needing a replacement? That sort of stuff. Usually it's the driver. But honestly, that's pretty natural because Windows is just a nightmare. I feel like it's worse on Mac though. Because Mac's software is just a... Why? Strict for no reason. Me. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a day now, guys. That's it for me. Because I'm getting a little hungry. I need to eat. I want to grab myself some noodles or something. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this stream. It's... Yeah, it kind of sucks that I'm not streaming all that often. Because it's like 40 degrees. Question, when I book wraps up with publishing, would you be willing to give it a read and honest review if I send you a copy? What genre is it though? Because I am very, very... Man, because this is the type where I'm worried about when, you know, giving feedback to other people. My preference is king. Like, it's something I cannot change from myself. If I hate it, I hate it. If I can tolerate it, I can tolerate it. If it's a genre that I don't enjoy, I just can't get myself into it. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna completely close my door. It's just something I'm worried about. But if it's a genre that, I typically consume, I'm gonna willing to give it a bet. Although I doubt that I might give any sort of important insights, So, but I'd be happy to. If it's somewhere around my radar, I'm down for it. But yeah, that's it for me. Yeah, I'm also sorry that I couldn't have a much longer chill time, or I haven't been doing that often. But hopefully that the super typhoon isn't uh hopefully that doesn't happen. And the weather is much more cooler now. Hopefully I can get to stream more often. Fair enough, it's a superhero comic, it's grounded in more to sci-fi realism. Oh. Sci-fi, I'm a little mixed, but if it's realism, I'm worried. Because, I don't know, maybe it's because sci-fi is like oversaturated. Nothing feels interesting anymore. But there are that ones. But yeah, I'll be willing to give it a try. I'll let my doors open. But yeah. Bye bye, y'alls. That's it for me. I gotta eat my noodles now. Later, y'alls. Thanks again for coming by and hanging out. Have a great day, great night, and all that good stuff. And catch you guys on the next one. Peace.